How you guys doing? This is Dr. Obed Magni, and I'm here to talk to you guys about the transformative power of using all of your emotional intelligence skills. Now, of course, the dog would run in the background, right? So it all starts with self-awareness. And I'm not going to talk too much about self-awareness. We all know that, hey, what are your triggers? What makes you, do the things that you do, and so on and so forth. But I want to share a story with you guys real quick about harnessing all of those skills related to emotional intelligence for transformative results. So a few years ago back, I was the acting director of security for an organization. It's a hospital organization, three hospitals, over 20 primary care centers. And I was coming into a volatile situation. And this situation was the management and the security company, which actually, these are constables. So this was in Massachusetts. So they do have police powers and so on. And so, real cool with the dog in the background. So the management and with the security company, there was a little bit of a rift there because the director of security who was there at the time fell ill and had to be out for about a year or so. And so there was a void there, and one of the security officers was kind of slated to be put in that position, in that acting role, in his career development, and so on. Well, that did not happen. And so I was brought in just kind of, to keep the seat warm. And well, needless to say, wow, didn't know that there was a big beef between both sides where they weren't even so much as talking to each other. So of course I come in, under the direction of the management to, hey, just keep things status quo until the director comes back. So I come in to a situation where the security guys did not like me, almost basically didn't even give me a chance. Saw me as the enemy, as an extension of the management to kind of like put them in a bind. Now, knowing this ahead of time, I prepared myself. And so the first few weeks, like anything else, wanted to know what was going on, kind of just put eyes on the situation, where the rift was, what I could do in the temporary state that I was going to be there for to help people out. Now, in those first few weeks, as I was trying to get to know the guys, they weren't really talking to me much. I was getting a lot of the side eye. And to their credit, they kind of told me, what was going on and that they weren't really happy that I was there. Not from a personal standpoint, like they didn't like me. It was just like, hey man, look, we know why you're here. We don't have no beef with you, but we know that you're just going to keep the seat warm until the other guy comes back, and it's just going to be status quo as usual. So I listened, and I listened, and I started to make some changes here, started to make some changes there. Almost within 3 months, you started to see a shift because, in addition to the listening to their concerns and fixing a lot of the low hanging fruit, I wanted to make it a point to let them know, hey, I'm not here to screw you guys. I'm not here to like take anything away from you. I'm here to like help you guys in the capacity that I'm in because I want you to be successful, which helps the organization be successful, and then some. One specific example, there was a backlog, and I mean a huge backlog of ID cards that needed to be made. Part of that was access. So a lot of the, visiting nurses, doctors from, from all over would come in and they'd be working in one unit for 1 month and then another unit another month and just doing, there was just this huge backlog, okay? And so these officers weren't doing it because it was a union issue. There was something that they were grieving. Within those first 3 to 4, 5 months, they changed their mind and they helped me out as we were fixing this issue. So what I was doing initially was, hey, this obviously is a problem that needs to be fixed. There's nothing precluding me as being the management to doing this on my own. And they saw how dedicated I was and how serious I was about fixing this problem, not laying any blame on anyone, just saying, hey, there's some people who actually need this. So with that being said, fast forward, I was done. I was there for, I think it was a grand total like 8 or 9 months. And so getting that done, uh, I earned the trust of those security officers. And even during the meetings with the management, they were saying, hey man, what are you doing? How are you getting these guys to commit to the work that you're doing? Like, what are you doing? And for me, it was, I wasn't doing anything special. I was listening to the guys. I was utilizing all those emotional intelligence skills that I'm going to talk about in a second. And I was able to gain their trust, and therefore everybody chipped in and helped make this organization better, keep the pretty much the hospital organization safer in so many ways that I can't even get into right now. And so when I was done with my stint, these guys threw me a going away party. So I went from public enemy number one coming in to somebody who helped these guys out and brought up morale and was just transformative in nature, to the point where they reserved, location. It was like a bar or restaurant, and we had like a going away party because I was moving to California. And there it is. So what is it that I did? You're probably asking. Well, when we talk about emotional intelligence, we talk about the self-awareness part, right? What are your triggers? What upsets you? And so on and so forth. And then it goes on to self-regulation, and then understanding social awareness and relationship management and empathy. I used all of those things. I listened. When they said things that, hey, we don't really like you, we don't really want you to be here, so on and so forth, I didn't get upset. I controlled my anger. I controlled my emotions because I was putting myself in their shoes. Like, hey, okay, I know the back history. I know what's going on. I know how you guys were supposed to be put in a position to be successful. That did not happen, but let me make the best that I can. Let me bring you guys along and help you guys increase your job skills and so on. And then, again, just getting to know the guys, and not just as numbers or as just employees, but getting to know them as people and understand that is a process. You got to do that day in and day out. And so because of that, we got a lot of things done. A lot of the grievances that was filed by their union got handled, and it didn't have to go to arbitration or anything like that. So just understand, when it comes to emotional intelligence, granted, again, self-awareness, that's where it starts. Again, that's the ticket to the show, just you getting in the door. But utilizing all of those skills and how they complement each other is how you become transformative. So just want to share that with you guys. Emotional intelligence is great when all of the parts are working together. All right? Till then, I'll see you on the next one.